A 16-year-old Spokane boy will be prosecuted as an adult for his alleged role in an armed robbery Tuesday morning. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey is live at the Juvenile Justice Center, where a new state law is targeting violent kids with grown-up punishments. Jeff?
And Robin, even though he is barely old enough to be driving, Richie Hill has now given up any hope of receiving a lighter sentence because of his young age. That's because Hill allegedly used a loaded gun in a random Spokane armed robbery, and now the court is going to treat Hill like any other adult. Today, major crimes detectives gave Richie Hill the bad news, walking him from the juvenile detention facility to the jail, where he'll now be prosecuted as an adult.
Sorry, Mom. Love you.
Investigators say Hill is the trigger man in a sloppy armed robbery that targeted Spencer Clovis here at Helena and Des Met as Clovis walked to work.
Well, I was walking up the street and the guy gets out of the car and he has a weapon pointed right at me as he's crossing the street, and he tells me to drop everything out of my pockets.
The gunman took $72 in cash from Clovis and then fired his rifle.
He kind of popped it up in the air. He didn't shoot it at me. He just kind of pointed it up in the air and popped, and they got in the car, and that was it.
However, while the suspects were making their getaway, Clovis memorized their license plate. One of them was so careless he dropped his cell phone. Together, that led police to this home on Dell Drive, where they waited for Hill and the other robbers to return.
Some good investigative work kind of led us here, and we were able to locate the suspects at this location.
Once in custody, the suspects told detectives they had committed the robbery so they could afford to buy marijuana. Instead, their young life of crime has been put on hold thanks to Clovis being a good witness.
Bad guys are behind bars. The gun is recovered. They can't use it again to commit any other kind of crime. And, you know, by the end of the day, our city is a much safer place.
So even if Mr. Hill has no criminal history, if convicted, he's looking at 3 to 4 years in prison. But because he also allegedly used that gun, he's going to get a deadly weapons enhancement. That's an additional 5 years. And so in the course of a robbery that netted $72, Hill has essentially sealed his fate until age 24. Reporting live in Spokane, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.